I want to say thank you to the fans. That was a great turnout. Have 49,000 folks there at the game and create that atmosphere for us. It was great. It was a great venue. Thank the Citrus Bowl for allowing us to come down here, and the hospitality and the quality of things y'all did to set this game up for us. It was great. Look forward to coming back in the fall. Really do. Saying that, I was very proud of our team today. I thought there was some good things, bad things, like a spring game, like you would be when you divide up the communication. Guys used to not playing with certain guys, but I saw a lot of great competition, and more importantly, I saw a lot of resilience. And what I mean by that is guys would make plays and all of a sudden make a mistake. Instead of going in the shell, come back and make another play. I was very proud of that, and that's part of growing up as a young player, because you always want everything to be perfect when you're young. You want it, but when you get older, you realize I got to make it perfect, but sometimes the other team's on scholarship too. They make a play, and you got to be able to bounce back and handle those adversities, and very proud of that. I thought, you saw some of the potential of this football team at times, and you saw some of the youth of this football team. I think this is a very unique team. I've said it all spring. We're experienced, but we're still young. We still only have 12 seniors, but we have 17 starters coming back, which is a great thing. But at times, your consistencies, and we've got some guys out, but you saw some flashes of those guys, and we have a chance to have a very good football team if we do a lot of things in the offseason right and come into fall camp, get some guys healthy. But I thought the two young quarterbacks, it was great to see them in that 2-minute drive respond back and forth, make plays. And I told Travis Rudolph, and there was a great thing. Travis was, I've said all spring, has been one of the most dominant guys we've had all spring, played great football. But then all of a sudden, we couldn't get him the football. Usually sometimes when you're a selfish player, you become unhappy and you get a bad attitude. He didn't. He just kept playing, and all of a sudden he had a chance to make 3 or 4 plays in the fourth quarter, didn't, and had a chance to make a game-changing play to tie the game or to put you in the lead, and he did that. That's the maturity I'm talking about and the steps we have to take. That sometimes you maybe didn't have a 150 yards, but to me sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. And that's what I'm talking about. You saw Ryan Green flash at times. You saw Jaquez. Jaquez had some nice runs, hard runs in there. But just you saw some guys on the pass rush. Saw 9 rush at times. You saw 90. Boy, he felt good in there. I could see him make plays. Derek Nottie, some of those young front guys and those backers, and I'm very pleased. And again, I thought Ricky Arguello had a solid day. We got his field goals were good. To put him in that situation, be able to kick a pressure, that ties the game, you can't ever do that. And it was great to see him go out there and make a long field goal. So I was very happy that way. But we got a lot of work to do. But I'm very proud of where we're at, and we'll try to head that way and get through summer and fall camp. Questions? I did, on the field, that's why I like to stand behind that huddle, because I can feel their presence if they're lost, if there's no leadership. And, man, they were both – Malik's issues, he's not going to know as much as DeAndre. Just making sure he got the signals was the big thing. And once he got it and knew what to do, he was in charge. And I thought DeAndre I think he did a great job keeping his poise through the whole game. I really did. Good. Now, I'm going to tell a story on Auden. He missed a signal on that last play on that fade. He was supposed to run a deep slant, and he didn't see the signal. He ran it. But here's a great example. He ran the fade, and here's what I was saying where 12 grew up. Usually when you're a young quarterback and the guy don't do what you're supposed to do, you just freeze up and don't do anything. He reacts, and then Auden made a phenomenal – the play itself was phenomenal. That was a great play. But you saw his body size. You see what he has a chance to be, and he's got to get better. He'll keep polishing those routes, but that big body and those hands, he can be a weapon for us. First of all, poise. And they were in charge and command of everything they did. And there was not any poor decisions. You know what I'm saying? They weren't careless with the ball as far as where they were going with it, making the right decisions. And when, an understanding, we do a lot of times when you're going 2 minutes with no timeout. So your decisions have to change about where you can dump the ball down. But when you have timeouts and they play in those zones, you can dump it down and then, use your timeouts if they don't make a first down and to get momentum going in 2 minutes. So I thought from those standpoints, from their decision-making and management things, I was very pleased with that. And then they had chances to make plays, they made them. Oh, yeah, Sean will be right there, and he'll go back up into one, and they'll all compete for it. They're all going to compete for it in the fall camp. So I'm anxious. The more we can put in that mix, the better. He did. He made some nice plays, fitted to run a little bit. Had fitted to run a little better today than he had been. I was trying to get him to trigger and be downhill a little more. Because for Derek, as you saw last year at times, he was our best linebacker. And I'm not taking anything away from the other two guys. He really flashed. Last year was really becoming that player. And I think he has a chance to be a really, really good player. And have significant roles right here in their home stadiums, and it was great for them to come back. They were excited to play. They were like little kids when they were I keep forgetting they still are little kids in a weird way. They don't want to hear that. But it was great to see them do it in front of their home fans and to be right here. It really was. And they all had significant roles in the game. You're right. I wish could have got Kermit a few more balls, but I know what Kermit can do. I'm not worried about that.
Was today a good cap?
Give me 1 second. I'll get you. Yeah. Yeah, it came right back. And the first one was a great we should have, here's what makes me mad. We're 2nd and 1 and try to run it in and don't make it in. And the 3rd and 1, you could have ran it again. He made the right decision, just threw the ball a hair short, trying to be, just perfect and, missed good. And then the biggest one was the one before half. Because we were ahead, you have points, even if you don't see, he didn't see the backer. He just lost sight of him when a guy flashed. And I was standing behind him, I know, but you can't do that. And but then bounced right back and played a great drive and moved us in 2 minutes and made good decisions. I'll tell you what I was really proud of him, too. He stood in there on 3rd down and made 3rd down throws and reads on, had some critical 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 10s. And that's the hardest part for young quarterbacks. And then he's going to be a really good play action deep ball guy.
Was today a good cap to Ryan Green's return to the running back position?
I hope so, because he got a chance to help us. He's an electric guy. He's got speed. He's got size. He's got good hands out of the backfield. And I like us a few times. There was a one in that 2 minute, I want him to sit down where DeAndre was trying to throw it. He didn't look quick. And it was the only, but those things are going to come in time. But you saw when he gets the ball in his hand, and he ran some really good patient runs, especially in that first half, inside runs, not just outside runs, inside the tackle that, with Jaquez and Dalvin, those guys I'm very pleased with.